All right, g'day everyone. Mr. Watson here, ready for our third week of home learning. Now we've done dribbling, we've done passing, and now we're going to do the next phase in our invasion games, which is shooting. Now we're going to concentrate on the same sports as we have the last few weeks. We're going to use soccer, football, hockey, netball, basketball as our shooting. And I'll get straight into it now. So the first one we're going to look at is soccer. Now there's a few different ways of shooting in soccer depending on the game situation. Sometimes you have to fire it low past the goalkeeper where you'd use the same sort of pass as last week. Sometimes you might chip it over where you've got to get your foot underneath the ball a bit more so it shoots it up and over. Sometimes you might want to curl it. Either way. So all I want you to do this week with your soccer is just try and experiment with the ball and the different parts of your feet that you're going to use. I'm just going to use my garage door as the goals, and I've got my son in there as a goalkeeper. Doesn't matter if you've got a goalkeeper or not. And you just go up and you will hit the ball and try and score goals. Now when you get up to your game, actually I'll explain the game stuff later. So that was soccer. So not just one way of doing it. Try and figure out the best way to kick it into the corners, kick it up high, kick it low. All right, the next one is football. And football is the same as a pass, except you've got to have somewhere to aim through. Now, I'm not going to use that because there's some glass windows there and I don't trust myself. So, my goals, I'm just going to have as the little pathway. Can we see the pathway down there? A little pathway down near the side of the house. So my goals are really small this time, but that will help me to aim. So once I know where I'm aiming, I'm actually going to aim, there's a little rock up behind there, so I'm not just aiming generally at the goals, I'm aiming specifically for one thing behind the goals. I look, then I have my head down over the ball, and I kick the point. But that's the idea, it's the same sort of kick, except we're targeting and focusing on one thing behind the goals to really narrow it down. Next one I'll do is hockey. Unfortunately, I don't have a hockey stick. I think that's about the only bit of equipment I don't have at home. Roy, can you get back in the goals again? In hockey, it's the same as the push pass, where we have the ball sitting there, and you can scoop it normally. You can scoop if you want to get it higher. You can hit it if you want a bit more strength, or you can push it as well. So similar to soccer, you've just got to experiment with it. So I'm just going to take it up a bit closer, and if you want, you can dribble up to where you're going to shoot, so you're still practicing the skills. And it is it gets a bit stuck there. And it's a nice hard push. And hopefully your goalkeeper does a better job, doesn't let it go through their legs. Yeah. Thank you. Now we will head over to do our netball and basketball. Now with the netball and basketball, if you don't have a netball or basketball ring like I do, we've got one in our street. Got one that the street uses, a basketball ring, and we've got a netball ring in the backyard. But if you don't have one, use a basket or a bin, or focus for something up on the wall. You might even have a look up the bricks and you'll aim for a certain brick. But we'll get into it with the proper rings now. All right, now we've got my daughter Evie. She's going to be demonstrating the netball shot. She might move in a bit closer to the ring. A bit more. Or are you getting too close, are you? So the ring's just there. You'll see she has her feet about shoulder width apart, arms above the head, ball on her shooting hand, and the other hand sort of there to support. And don't shoot just yet, Evie. When she's about to shoot, she'll bend her legs. As she comes up, the power comes from the legs, and then she'll flick the wrist and fingers. So we'll go another turn, Evie. So ready? So I'll go side on so we can see. That's it. And bend the knee, and nice shooting. All right, next we'll have Roy. He'll be doing the same thing. He's going to be doing a basketball shot, so slightly different. Just move in, Roy, so we can get you in the shot. In more, please. Now, he's going to be doing the same. He'll have his legs shoulder width apart. And he's got his right foot, because he's a right-hander, you tend to have the right foot just slightly in front of the left when you're shooting. He has the ball starting in front of his face. On the shooting hand, one hand supporting it, and then he will, as he shoots, he will bend the legs. He'll bend the legs, Roy. And he'll come up. As he comes up with his legs, his arms come up at the same time. So with the shooting in basketball and netball, it's all about power through the legs, generating power through the legs. And the same as the netball, you flick the wrist and the fingers at the end. Go for it, Roy. Nice one. And go for one more. Go for it. Nice one. And that. All right, the first game I'm going to teach you is knockout or elimination. Now, you can do this with one ball, or you can each have your own ball. Doesn't really matter. And there's a couple of ways to do this. The first one I'm going to show you is just where the first person shoots. Bad luck, Pia. Nice try. Because Pia missed that shot, if Roy, who is up next, gets it in, Roy, you need to go in closer so he can see you. If Roy gets it in, then Pia is out of the game. Now, Roy got it in, but because Pia is the youngest, she might get an extra life, so she would still be in. Then Evie would go. Because Roy got it in, even if Evie gets it in, Roy stays in. Go, Evie. So Evie missed. So now if Pia gets it in, then Evie would be out. Did that go in?
Yes.
So that means Evie, unfortunately, would be out. And then Roy would have a go and it would continue on. All right, the next type of elimination, I'll just get Evie and Roy to demonstrate this one. So you might have it where two of you at the same time start from the same point. Do you want to just come out a little bit? And as soon as I say go, it's just first person to get it in. So you just keep going until you get it in. Ready, set, go. So keep going, keep going. Oh, still haven't got it, so they keep going. And Roy got it, so bad luck, Evie. Now the next one is, I guess, a version of Around the World. This one we've set up 3 spots to shoot from. We've got 1 where Pia is, 2 from where Roy is, and 3 Evie. So 1 at the side, 1 in the middle, and 1 at the other side. You can do 5 different spots. You can do as many as you want. And this game's a good one for all of the ones. So you could even do football, you could do your soccer, and just kick from different angles. You can also move it back further. And yeah, the further you go, obviously, the harder it is and the tighter the angle. But there are a few games that you can play with any of the sports we've covered today. Now, with any of the games I've just shown you, if you're not happy with those or you'd like to try and make your own one, go for it. Because I love seeing nothing more than people using their own creativity to try and come up with some games. So we've done dribbling, we've done passing, and now that is shooting. So I hope you enjoy your shooting. Give your best, like always. 3 ways to submit your work: a video, photos, or a written reflection. So I'd love to see all of those coming through again. Once again, fantastic work last week. Really some great passing going on. And I love that people combine the dribbling and the passing. So this week, enjoy your shooting. Kick or shoot lots of goals. And we'll see you soon.